Your academic intervention or instructional strategy narrated PowerPoint is worth 100 points. This narrated PowerPoint will guide you through this project, but make sure you consider the rubric available on Blackboard as you complete your assignment. Your first slide should contain the name of your strategy or intervention as the title and your name and course number as the subtitle. For this project, you can choose to present on an academic intervention, which is applicable to a single subject area, or an instructional strategy, which can be applied across subject areas. Your textbook, IRIS modules, and assigned journal articles are great resources to help you choose a topic. Example interventions are reading mastery and corrective reading, or collaborative strategic reading, which are interventions specific to reading instruction. Some example strategies are peer-assisted learning strategies, graphic organizers, and mnemonics. These strategies can be applied across subject areas, reading, writing, and math. Now, if you choose an instructional strategy to present on, you can choose to focus on the strategy in general, so graphic organizers and how they can be used across subjects, or that strategy for a specific subject area, such as the use of Paltree for written expression. You'll need to find, read, and reference 5 scholarly sources such as journal articles and books, but you may also incorporate information you learned from course materials I supplied, such as videos and IRIS modules. To complete this project, you will need Microsoft PowerPoint software and a microphone for your computer. If you do not have the appropriate software, please email as soon as possible so we can brainstorm a solution. UTSA students can download Microsoft Office free of charge. For this presentation, I recommend using the following presentation order: intervention description, intervention effectiveness, and instructions for implementation. However, if a different order makes more sense to you, please feel free to use your own format. I want this presentation to be professional. That means you need to keep your slides brief in their appearance. Your slides should contain bullets, not paragraphs. The narrated portion of this presentation will fill in the blanks left by the bullets. I recommend writing out what you want to say in the notes section of the slide, then reading it when you record the audio. Believe me, it saves you time. If you do this, you are less likely to mess up what you are saying, so can typically get the audio recorded for your slides on the first try. To record your presentation, select Slideshow and then Record Slideshow to record as if it is a presentation. Then, read the notes you made as you click through each of the slides. PowerPoint will save your timing and your narration. You can then save it as a PowerPoint show or export it as a video file to upload to YouTube. The following videos will walk you through the technical aspects of this project. Now, we are getting into the meat of the presentation. You need to describe the intervention. This section will likely require anywhere from 2 to 5 slides. This isn't a rule, it's just a recommendation. For this section, tell me about the intervention. What is it? What is the purpose of the intervention? What have others done to implement this intervention? What types of students is it typically implemented with? Are they elementary age, high school, preschool? Where are these students accessing the intervention? Is it a home-based intervention, school, special education classroom, or general education classroom? Is it something appropriate for the clinic? You'll get most of this information from the introduction or literature review section of your articles, but some of it might also come from the methods, especially the information that relates to the participants and settings. Include visuals. There might be charts or graphs or pictures that go along with this intervention. Include them in your presentation if they exist, and remember to talk about them in your narration. Cite the sources from which you get your information using in-text citation format. You'll need to look at your APA manual for this project. However, if you have questions related to the citation of a specific source, such as a website or video, email me. I know these are difficult sources to cite. Remember, you need to have a minimum of 5 scholarly sources for this project. You'll likely have more than 5 total sources, though, if you're citing any videos, websites, or IRIS modules. The section on intervention effectiveness will be somewhat brief. You'll likely only need 1 to 3 slides for this information. You've read a few articles about the intervention. Now, I want you to tell me how effective it is. You should always consider how effective an intervention has been with your target population before you implement that intervention. Look at the results section of your articles. Talk about the data collection process. How did the authors evaluate effectiveness of the intervention or strategy? Was it a pre-post test of some sort? Was there permanent product data collected and analyzed? Was it a single subject study that took frequent data using duration, frequency, or interval recording? Now tell me about student improvement. Did they improve? How much improvement was there? Was it 1 grade level, 2 grade levels? What kind of improvement was it? Reading comprehension, reading fluency, overall reading? Finally, what evidence of improvement was there? Create or include tables or graphs to present the evidence for that intervention. The instructions for implementation is my favorite part of the presentation. You're going to explain how to implement the intervention. Think of this as a short workshop that presents instructions for implementation to other teachers or clinicians. Be detailed and visual. I need to hear and see what I need to do to include this intervention or strategy in my classroom. How would I implement this intervention? What do I do? Show me what forms, teacher resources, or student resources are needed for this intervention. You might even include a video demonstrating a student using the strategy or a teacher or clinician implementing your intervention. Most likely, you'll need to go to some internet sources to find these resources. Cite your sources. This section of your presentation will likely require 5 to 10 slides. Break your instructions up into chunks. You will not be able to teach me how to implement an intervention or strategy and show me examples of implementation on 1 slide. Finally, finish your presentation up with a reference list. This must be in APA format. I hope you enjoy completing this project. It's fun to do. Please email me as soon as possible if you have any questions.